Hello and welcome to this weather update on this rather sultry night. Very sultry night out there. We're going to go over some of the current temperatures outside, and we're still around 80 degrees in many parts of Long Island. Very sultry, muggy night tonight. 81 at Farmingdale with a dew point of 71. Now, it was a very brutal day across the area today, and we're going to get to the high temperatures across the area. I'm actually going to put up a map of them. Islip is at 80 degrees. Look at the dew point at 73. So very humid conditions outside. Gabreski Airport, even out east, still 77 with a dew point of 70 degrees. So very weak sea breeze. And if we go ahead and look at Toms River, 79 degrees. So it has cooled off there significantly because it was quite hot there today, as you'll see when we get. Actually, we will review some of the temperatures for that area. And Central Park and the urban heat island still 88 degrees. I will put a map up of the highs, but I just want to show you the temperatures across the area, how we went through today. I'll show you Farmingdale and the temperatures here today. So pretty much was in the 90s for most of the day. We did reach the mid 90s. We did have a high of 95, and you can see how high the dew points were. But I want to contrast that with first New York City. Well, we're going to contrast it with Miller Air Park first, because this is Toms River. And look at this. It was close to 100 for a long time. All the way from like 1 o'clock in the afternoon to like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It was around 100 degrees. And you could see it hit 100 degrees in Toms River. That's insane. We'll see how Central Park did as far as the high temperature there. It hit 96. So not quite as bad as Toms River, not nearly as bad as Toms River. So again, Toms River, the hot spot. So let's go to a map now, put together a map of all the high temperatures across our area today. Okay, so here's a little look at the map I put together of all the high temperatures today on the first day of July 2018. And we'll start off here with Long Island. You can see not much of a sea breeze here in this whole area on Long Island at all. Got into the 90s pretty much everywhere. Even Montauk hit 90. All right. The only area that stayed in the 80s was New London, Connecticut. Probably, if we went further east into the Cape, it was probably in the upper 80s. But for the most part, everybody got into the 90s today with oppressive humidity. It felt like it was over 100. I do not know why that excessive heat warning was not in place for the entire island, and I also do not understand why it was not in place for this area of New Jersey, because this area of New Jersey, Toms River, this whole area right here, this section of New Jersey saw the worst of the heat as expected. That was indicated on the models. And Toms River, the only place to do so, hit 100 degrees today. Toms River is just a hell of a place in the summertime. The hottest place in the entire area is Toms River, even hotter than Newark, which hit 98. New York City, 96. Central Park, JFK 94, LaGuardia 97, White Plains 94, 92 in Bridgeport, 95 in Farmingdale, 95 in Islip, 96 at Shirley, and 96 in West Hampton. Yes, even West Hampton, 96, and 90 in Montauk, with the 89 there in New London. And if we look at Central New Jersey, Somerset Airport, 94, and 93 in Sussex. 94 in White Plains, 95 in Trenton, 98 in Philadelphia, and 98 in Atlantic City, 99 in Belmar Farmingdale Airport in Monmouth, and 100 in Toms River. So this whole area in New Jersey got the worst of it today. Not the place you want to be, not the place you even want to live if you can't take the heat. Because this area is just really known to, it seems like this is if you follow microclimates in our New York metro area, this area right here, Monmouth County, Ocean County, Burlington County, and Atlantic County, pretty much the Pine Barrens area in New Jersey and central New Jersey all the way up to the Raritan, is just a brutal place in the summertime, and it really lived up to that today with temperatures reaching 100 degrees or close to it. So we're going to look here at this computer model here, the GFS, and see what tomorrow will bring. If I turn back the clock, you'll see it shows where the 100s are. They pretty much lined up over New Jersey. But let's take a look at what tomorrow is going to bring. It should be a little cooler, hopefully, but the humidity is not going anywhere. So for the GFS tomorrow, Monday, you could see the Long Island is pretty much in the low 90s. The real heat, again, Toms River could make a run at 100 again tomorrow. It's all this whole area right here, from central New Jersey all the way down through Baltimore into Washington is where the worst of this heat is going to be again tomorrow. So it could be pretty bad there tomorrow as well. For us, there should be more of a southerly flow, so it should be more of a sea breeze. It will remain humid with dew points in the 70s, but let's go now into Tuesday. I'm not going to go any further than that. And you can see, yep, it's hot again in central Jersey, but Long Island is now only close to 90, and you can see, actually, if you look closely, South Shore only in the 80s. So there will be more of a sea breeze helping us out on Long Island, but for the inland areas, even Boston could go for 100. So these inland areas are going to, this is the GFS, this is one model. I do want to show the dew points on this model too as well, so let's go ahead and look at that to show you the dew points, and you can see very high dew points in our area coupled with this. So it's, even if it's in the 90s, it's going to feel like it could be close to 100 in certain areas. Now let's go ahead and look at the NAM model, and we'll take a look at that and see what it has for the dew points tomorrow. But again, there won't be much relief. Dew points are going to be up there as well, but you can see that there is a bit of a backdoor push here that the NAM keeps talking about. Will that push into our area? It doesn't really want to bring it in now, unfortunately, but it is having somewhat of an effect on us, because we'll look at the temperatures. Look at the temperatures and we'll see what kind of effect it has. Now let's see what the NAM has for temperatures tomorrow. Yeah, you could see that the NAM has most of the really bad heat just over Jersey, and Long Island should be in the upper 80s, so it shouldn't be too bad. And like I said, if you're on the South Shore, it should be cooler, but Jersey is going to blaze again tomorrow. And let's go into Tuesday and see a similar situation for Tuesday again. So it will be better for people on Long Island tomorrow than it was today. Still going to be uncomfortable, but not nearly as hellish as it was today. But for people in New Jersey, the hell continues for you, which is why I wouldn't want to be living there. Alright, I want to go into the longer range and see if there's going to be a change in this pattern. Alright, so we're looking at the GFS right now from 18Z, and we will be looking and seeing if there's a change in the pattern. You can see that ridge is still there, it's still in place, so we're still going to be dealing with the humidity, but a little less heat as we go later into the week, but the humidity will still be around. And do we get any relief from this? It looks like something is trying to come through, some drier air. Perhaps we'll start building Saturday into Sunday, so maybe we will get some relief and some actual nice summer weather with low humidity and temperatures in the low and mid 80s, which is normal for this time of the year. Alright, so we'll have to see if this front stalls out or not. We always got to watch out for that stall front syndrome. That high departs and the ridge just freaking builds back. So we might maybe get some more relief, but this is not a great looking pattern once again. It's probably still going to be above normal for the most part. So I'm going to actually look at, see what the actual anomalies are, temperature anomaly, as we go into this week. So you can see way above normal for much of the country. It is below normal in the Pacific Northwest, very much below normal. I wish my friend PNW Elevator, I know he's getting some cloudy weather, but it's a lot cooler there. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, it will be cooler, but for the rest of us, it's probably going to be above average for a while. You can see that ridge in the east just wants to hang on. July 4th should be mostly dry, but it'll be humid and above normal once again. And we go into Thursday, still above normal in the east, still above normal for most people, and then it goes above normal in the west for Friday. And there really isn't, like I said, a whole lot of blue on the map, but you can see the cool air trying to build in for next weekend, and it looks like hopefully it'll bring us some cooler temperatures for a little bit before that ridge from hell builds back again. So, but it does look like it has a cooler, so maybe we'll see a cool down into next week, and I hope and pray we do, because this is too warm. It's way too warm. And I'm going to end this video looking at a map of the sea surface temperature anomaly, and see where we stand with that. Okay, you're looking at a map of the sea surface temperature anomaly for much of the planet, and actually I want to show you that there's a lot more red on this map than blue, and that's climate change. You can see it's much above normal over here in the Alaska Strait. This is all due to climate change. So, you know, even though I'm not making videos about the politics of the trains anymore or the discrimination, I'm going to continue to talk about how we need to stop driving these huge SUVs and pickup trucks. They need to be taken off the road or classified as commercial vehicles, and we need to pass laws requiring all vehicles, consumer vehicles, get above a certain amount of mileage. I think hybrid engines should be mandatory now. I think we need to phase out regular gasoline combustion engines and eventually work toward all electric vehicles, because like I said, we are going to make ourselves extinct if we keep this up. All right, and I see more and more of these huge pickups on the road, and you can see here a lot of bright reds. The bright yellow is really above normal water. The whole Atlantic Ocean is above normal right now. This does not bode well for the hurricane season. It's going to mean, like I keep talking about here, the East Coast keeps getting more and more humid, and that's due to all that warm ocean water in the Atlantic. And that's why. And while the West keeps getting drier and drier, and they're having a lot of fires out there. All right, so you're seeing change in rainfall distribution due to climate change. It is something that really needs to be, both parties have failed to realize the urgency of this climate emergency that we are in on this planet. And it is really a shame, and hopefully they'll wake up soon. But it's up to you to put people in office that are going to put a stop to these pickups and SUVs. Nobody needs them for anything. I saw an F350 today on the road. It is huge. Why is somebody driving an F350 to drive around town? I don't know. But to me, that makes them a major you-know-what. But I'm not going to say the word, but it makes them a real major jerk. I'll put it that way. So anyway, much above normal temperatures across the East Coast. So that means that we are going to be dealing with prolonged humidity. And it could be another uncomfortable summer, and we could wind up having a significantly large risk of having a tropical storm or hurricane impact the East Coast. I don't want to see it, but this is part of what we're doing it to ourselves. We are doing it to ourselves. People need to wake up and start driving all hybrid vehicles. No more SUVs, no more trucks. You don't need pickup trucks and SUVs if you live in a urbanized area. You don't need it. And we need to actually make them illegal for personal use. So that's my feelings on that. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video. And I'll continue to keep you posted on the weather. We have some strange weather going on once again across the world. Take care.